Hi, I'm Emma, and welcome to this deep dive into English now. You've made it to our 8th exploration, and that's fantastic progress.
Hello, this is Alex. Absolutely. Reaching this point, well, it means you've put in some significant effort over the past 7 lessons, and we're really excited to continue learning with you.
In our last deep dive, we focused on describing our families, remember?
Mhm.
Looking at how possessives and adjectives help us paint that picture of people close to us.
That's right. And today, we've designed a kind of two-part journey for you. First, we're going to revisit some of the core concepts we've explored already. Think of it as, sharpening the tools you've already got.
Exactly. Review isn't just, well, repetition. It's about deepening your understanding, making sure these fundamental building blocks are really, really solid. Then, in the second part, we're going to look forward. We'll equip you with the language to discuss your future plans using be going to.
So our mission today is sort of twofold. First, reinforce what you've learned. Second, give you a powerful tool for talking about what's next, whether it's, later today or further down the road.
Okay, ready to solidify your knowledge and start talking about your going tos? Let's dive in.
Okay, let's start by revisiting a real workhorse of English. The verb to be. You know those little words am, is, and are. You hear them constantly.
We really do. And they have several key roles, don't they? Like, think about introducing yourself. I am a student. That's using to be for identity and also for origin, like in the question, where are you from?
Right. The answer uses am, is, or are.
We touched on this way back in our first few deep dives, didn't we? And it came up again when we described family in lesson 7.
And of course, it's fundamental for just simple descriptions. She is tall.
Mm,
It's a very direct way to convey a quality. And it's interesting how those three little forms adapt. Am, just for I,
yeah,
is for singular, he, she, it, and are for you, we, and they.
right. Now let's move on to another incredibly useful tense, the simple present. We explored this quite a bit in our 3rd, 4th, and 5th sessions.
The simple present. Yeah, that's your go-to for discussing routines, habits, and general truths or facts. Consider, I work every day. That clearly shows a routine.
It's pretty consistent for things that happen regularly.
And for habits, remember that little S we usually add?
Oh yeah, for he, she, or it, like he likes coffee.
Exactly. It's a small detail, but important. Or even for general facts, like the sun rises in the east. Simple present again.
Right. And a really common question highlighting a daily habit is, what time do you get up?
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about expressing what we enjoy. We
Mhm.
spent some time on this in our 5th deep dive, didn't we?
Yeah.
Liking, loving, enjoying things.
Yes. And the key grammar point here was the not ind, right? That ing form of the verb after like, love, and enjoy. So you'd say, she loves swimming. Not usually she loves to swim, though you might hear it.
That's a good point. Using the gerund often emphasizes the enjoyment of the activity itself.
Mm.
And a question like, do you like watching movies? That brings it together. Simple present for the preference and the gerund watching. Really common.
Okay, what's next on our review list?
Ah, yes. Those sometimes tricky countable and uncountable nouns and how we use some and any with them. That was our 6th deep dive.
Right, this is pretty fundamental when you're talking about quantity. Countable nouns, you can, well, count them individually. Apples, books, chairs. Uncountable nouns are usually treated as a mass or concept. Water, rice, information. You wouldn't normally say one water or two informations.
Exactly. And that's where some and any become important. Generally, we use some in positive statements, yeah?
Yeah.
And often when making requests, like, can I have some water?
Perfect. And we use any more typically in questions in negative sentences. Do you have any apples?
And if the answer is no,
Then you'd say, no, I don't have any apples.
got it. And another really practical thing from lesson 6 was polite requests. Yes, politeness is key. We looked at modal verbs like can and could, and also the phrase I'd like.
Right. And could often sounds a little softer, maybe more formal than can.
General, yes.
Yeah.
So asking, could I have the menu, please, sounds a bit nicer than just, can I have the menu?
Makes sense. And I'd like, that's short for I would like. That's super common too, isn't it?
Very common, very polite. I'd like a coffee, please. Standard stuff in cafes.
Great. And for our final review point, let's just quickly touch on possessives again. That was the main focus last time in lesson 7.
Possessives, yeah. Essential for showing ownership or Relationships, we use those words like my, your, his, her, saying my sister clearly shows that relationship.
Hmm. And we also use the apostrophe "es" for singular nouns, right? Like John's book.
That's the one. And if a noun is plural and already ends in "es," like students.
Then you usually just add the apostrophe after the "es," the students' books.
Exactly. That little mark tells us who something belongs to. Okay, that was a quick run through, but hopefully a useful refresher on some key areas.
Definitely.
Now let's turn our attention forward and talk about the future.
Yes, let's do it. Now we're going to explore how to express future plans and intentions. We'll use that very common structure, be going to, plus the base form of a verb. This is really useful for things you've already decided to do.
Okay, so the basic structure is subject, then the right form of to be, am, is, or are,
Right.
then going to, and finally the main verb in its base form. So no to, just go, eat, play.
Let's walk through a few examples. Maybe with travel, I am going to travel, or more commonly spoken, I'm going to travel.
For you are going to study. We're shortened. You're going to study.
Okay. And for he, she, it, we use is.
Yep. He's going to work becomes he's going to work. She's going to cook. She's going to cook, and it's going to rain. It's going to rain. Those short forms are really how people talk.
Definitely speeds things up. And for we and they, it's back to are.
Right. We are going to meet, or we're going to meet. They're going to watch TV, or they're going to watch TV.
It's just about getting comfortable with those patterns, isn't it?
Pretty much. Now, you mentioned the short forms are common, and also particularly maybe in American English, you'll often hear going to shortened even further. To gonna.
Yeah, gonna. You hear that a lot. I'm gonna travel. He's gonna work.
Exactly. It's good to understand gonna when you hear it, for sure. But in your own speaking, and especially when you're writing, it's always safer, always better to stick with the full going to.
Good tip. Clarity is important. Okay, so how do we make negative sentences?
That's quite straightforward, actually. You just put not after am, is, or are. So I am not going to go.
Okay.
He is not going to come. Or using the contraction, he isn't going to come.
Right.
And they are not going to buy it, or they aren't going to buy it. Those contractions, isn't and aren't, make the negative sound much more natural in conversation.
Makes sense. And what about asking questions using be going to?
For questions, you just you swap the subject and the am, is, or are. So the statement, she is going to call,
becomes, is she going to call?
Exactly. And they are going to visit.
Are they going to visit?
Perfect. And I'm going to need it.
Am I going to need it?
You got it.
And we can also add question words like what, where, when at the beginning, yeah?
Absolutely. To get more specific information, like what are you going to do tomorrow, or where's he going to stay? Essential stuff.
Okay. So when do we typically use be going to? What are the main situations?
Well, our source material points to two main uses, generally. The first one is for plans or decisions that you made before the moment you're speaking.
Okay. So already decided.
Exactly. If you already arranged something, like I am going to visit my cousins next weekend. The decision to visit. Made in the past.
Gotcha. And the second main use?
That's for making predictions, but predictions based on present evidence. Something you can see now.
Okay.
Like you look out the window, you see really dark, heavy clouds gathering. You can say with some confidence, look at those clouds. It is going to rain.
Right. The clouds are the evidence right now.
Precisely. Okay, now, to help everyone talk about their future plans even better, let's build up some vocabulary. Some key words and phrases related to future time and planning.
Oh, good idea. Okay, where should we start?
How about tomorrow? Pretty basic, but essential.
Right, the day after today. Like, what are you going to do tomorrow?
Perfect. Then there's tonight, meaning this evening.
We are going to watch a movie tonight.
We also use next, followed by a time period. Next lesson, next month, next year, the one immediately following now.
Okay. Example. She is going to start her new job next month.
Exactly. Then we have soon means in a short time from now.
Like, don't worry, they are going to arrive soon.
Good one. And later just means at some time in the future, could be near or far.
I'm busy now. I'm going to call you later.
Yep. And we often talk about Saturday and Sunday using on the weekend or next weekend.
What are you going to do on the weekend? Very common question.
Very common. Then there's the word plan. It can be a verb or a noun.
Right. As a verb, we are going to plan our trip.
And as a noun, what is your plan for the holidays?
Okay. And intention, what's that about?
An intention is something you aim or intend to do. It's a bit like a plan, maybe less concrete. My intention is to practice speaking more.
I see. And a goal, that sounds more specific.
Yeah, a goal is usually something more significant you hope to achieve in the future. My main goal is to become fluent in English. It often implies effort over time.
Okay. And sometimes we're not sure, right?
Exactly. For uncertainty, we use words like maybe or perhaps.
Maybe I am going to go out later, or perhaps it is going to snow.
Perfect. Finally, let's look at just a few common verbs often used with future plans. Like travel, to go from one place to another.
He is going to travel to Italy next summer. Lucky him.
Ah, indeed. Then visit, to go see someone or spend time at a place.
We are going to visit our grandparents.
Study, to learn about something.
Are you going to study economics at university?
And continue just means to keep doing something.
I enjoy this course, so I'm going to continue learning English.
Excellent. These are all really valuable words for, talking about what lies ahead.
Definitely adds to the toolkit. Now, shall we look at a couple of short conversations? See how be going to do works in context and maybe spot some review points.
Sounds perfect. Let's start with Sarah and Ahmed talking about their weekend.
Okay, so Sarah might start with, "Hi, Ahmed. How are things?"
And Ahmed replies, "Hi, Sarah. I'm doing well, thanks. Just finished work."
Same here. Do you have any interesting plans for the weekend?
Ahmed says, "Actually, yes. I am going to visit my brother in Boston." See, I'm going to visit. Pre-planned.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to watch a baseball game. What about you? And are you going to?
Sarah says, "That sounds like fun. I don't have any firm plans yet. I think I am going to relax at home." There's I'm going to again. Maybe I'll read a book or watch some movies. I really enjoy reading.
Ah, good catch.
Yeah.
Enjoy reading. That's our review of enjoy, plus the gerund. And she used maybe for uncertainty.
Right. Then Ahmed asks politely.
That sounds nice, too. Could I possibly get your brother's address? I might send him a postcard.
Nice use of could I for a polite request, like we reviewed.
And Sarah responds using a possessive pronoun. Sure, his address is.
Great little example. Okay, let's look at the second dialogue.
Yeah, this one's between Maria and Kenji, talking about future learning goals.
Maria starts, "Well, the English course is finished. What are you going to do now, Kenji?"
Good question structure there.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? Kenji answers, "I am definitely going to continue studying English." Clear intention.
Right.
My main goal is to enroll in the next level course. Mentioning his goal.
Maria says, "Me too. I really enjoy learning English."
Another enjoy plus gerund.
Yeah. I am also going to try and practice speaking every day. Future action again.
Kenji then asks, "That's a great idea. Are you going to travel anywhere soon?" Question form again.
And Maria replies, "Yes, I am going to visit my family in Mexico next month. You're really looking forward to it, so I'm going to visit," plus that future time phrase, "next month."
These chats really show how, Roxy just slots into everyday talk about the future and how it works alongside all the other bits of language we've been practicing.
Absolutely. It flows quite naturally once you get the hang of it. Okay, now it's your turn, listeners, to actively engage.
Yes, time for a quick review check. Can you confidently answer these? Ready? What is your name?
Where are you from?
What do you do? Meaning your job or main activity?
What time is it right now, where you are?
Do you enjoy listening to music? Think about that. Enjoy plus gerund.
How would you politely ask someone for some water? Remember, can I, could I, I'd like.
And finally, what is your mother's or father's name? Using a possessive. Take a moment. Think about your answers. Say them out loud if you can.
Good practice. And now let's use be going to for your future. Think about this. What is one thing you are going to do tomorrow? You could say maybe tomorrow I'm going to call my friend.
Okay. And what about next weekend? What is one thing you are going to do next weekend? Perhaps next weekend I'm going to clean my apartment or something more fun.
Hopefully more fun. And finally, what is one English learning goal you have? Using be going to. Maybe I am going to learn 10 new words this week.
Try to actually say your answers. Even just whispering them helps build confidence.
Fantastic work practicing. You're really doing it, building your fluency.
And that brings us towards the end of this deep dive, our 8th session together.
Another really good exploration, I think.
Definitely. Today, we spent some important time reinforcing many of those valuable concepts from earlier sessions. From the basic to be verb, through routines, preferences, requests, all that core stuff.
That review is just so important, isn't it, for making things stick long term. And then we also looked forward, learning how to talk effectively about future plans. Using that be going to structure, now you've got the tools to say what's on your agenda.
Precisely. The review shores up your foundation, and mastering be going to just opens up a whole new way to express yourself.
It really does. And remember, everyone, learning a language, it's a continuous journey. The key now is just to keep engaging with English whenever you can in your daily life.
Yeah, listen to English music, watch shows or movies in English, maybe try reading simple things, and most importantly, try to speak. Even if it's just a little bit each day, every little bit helps.
That consistent engagement, that's what builds real momentum. And speaking of future topics, in our next deep dive, episode 9, we're going to take a trip. We'll be diving into the world of travel and vacations.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. Planning trips, talking about holidays. We'll learn lots of essential vocabulary for travel, I bet. Should be really practical.
I think so too. I'm already looking forward to it.
Okay, so until then, keep practicing, keep learning, and remember our guiding principle here, English for all.
Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into English now.
Goodbye for now, everyone. We'll see you next time.